In December 23, the UK government made significant changes to the financial thresholds of spouse visas and all other family visas. These changes will make applications more challenging and costly starting from 11th April. The aim of these changes is to reduce net migration by approximately 3 lakh individuals. The spouse visa allows married partners of British citizens or those with indefinite leave to remain in the UK to live, work and study in the country. The new financial requirement will come into effect on 11th of April. With all these changes happening, it's understandable that there may be confusion about which rules apply to you. Let's clarify some of these doubts in today's video, and we start by discussing the difference between a dependent visa and a spouse visa. A dependent visa is for partners and children of individuals holding various visas categories, while a family visa or spouse visa is specifically for those with indefinite leave to remain or British passport holders. If you have children, you would apply for a family visa. Now let's address your question. The first question is about the new 29,000 minimum annual income requirement for dependent visas or spouse visas. This information is specifically for spouse visas, but it applies only to new applications starting from 11th April 24. Please keep in mind that the minimum income requirement will increase to 29,000 on April 11th and later to 24,500 and finally 38,700 in April 25. If you are extending your visa, you will still fall under the old rule, so the new salary schedule doesn't apply to you if you are on a dependent visa of skilled worker or any other visa category. Now, let's move on to the second question. How can you meet the new income requirement for UK visa applications? Well, there are various ways to meet it, including employment, pensions, rental income, dividends from investments, self-employment, saving, or combination of your and your partner income. For the third question, what about those who want to switch to the spouse visa while being in the UK? Individuals on different visa types who wish to switch to the 5-year partner visa route must meet the new income requirement starting from April 11th. Now let's discuss the further fourth question. How does the new policy affect students wanting to bring dependents? Students can only bring dependents if they are coming on a research-based course. So if you are planning to do a bachelor or master degree, you won't be able to bring dependents from January 24. You know that. Moving on to the fifth question, what if you are on a skilled dependent visa? Will this new salary requirement affect you? The answer is no. The new rule only applies to spouse and partner visas and not to skilled worker visas or skilled students visas. Let's discuss the sixth question. What is a salary requirement for students switching from a student or PSW visa to skilled visas for new entrants? The minimum salary is 30,960 or 70% of going rate SOC code 2020, whichever is higher. For example, if you are applying for a production manager role with SOC code 1121 and the 70% of the going rate is 3600, 1500, that would be minimum salary requirement. So here you need to compare salaries 30,960 or 70% of going rate SOC code 2020, whichever is higher. For example, if you are applying for a production manager role with SOC code 1121 and the 70% of the going rate is 3600, 1500, that would be minimum salary requirement. So here you need to compare 30,000 with 36,500, whichever amount is higher will be the minimum salary needed for the skilled visa. You can find the full list with the new codes for 2020 on page 82. Now let's move to the question number 7. Care worker who are already in the UK can bring their dependents. So if you are already in the UK and have a whole old visa, you can bring your dependents, you can bring your parents. For example, if you have a carer visa for 2 years and you are getting married in July, you can bring your dependents. However, if you are in the UK on the student visa and then get a job as a carer, since this is your first time applying for the carer visa, you will fall under the new rule and cannot bring your partner. I hope this is clear. Now let's talk about the next question is number 9. Other than the salary requirement, there are additional requirements for a spouse visa. First, you will need to meet the English language requirement like A1 CFR level if you are applying for the entry clearance as a spouse. Second, you need to meet the accommodation requirement. You must show that you have adequate accommodation available for yourself and your dependents. And it must meet the standard set by Housing Act. It should not be overcrowded and must be free from public health hazards. Third, you need to provide evidence of the genuine relationship. Now let's move on the question number 9. What are the documents needed to apply for a spouse visa? The requirement document include your passport, proof of relationship, financial evidence, English language test results, accommodation evidence, tuberculosis test results, previous immigration history, and sponsors information, children's documents, photo, and online application form. If you have any question, you can comment me in the section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully all your questions been cleared, and see you in the next video.